Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're all feeling well and happy, even though the weather's miserable as always, in London anyway. So yesterday was the Harry Potter premiere in London, so literally about like 10 minutes from where I live. Unfortunately, even though I said in my last video that I would try and go to the premiere, I didn't end up going. At the time that I made my last video about wanting to go to the premiere, I didn't know that they were going to be giving out wristbands for the premiere. And the problem is that the wristbands were limited, so by the time that I arrived at Trafalgar Square to try and get a wristband, they were all gone, so I just couldn't get one. A couple of my friends did manage to go though, and they said that it was amazing. Apparently the atmosphere was just so good with all the Harry Potter fans down there. I mean, it looked very good because I watched the whole thing online. They were doing like a live streaming of it, and it did look very, very big and amazing and just electric. Weirdly enough, and this isn't what I was expecting, but at some parts of the premiere, I was nearly in tears. I mean, especially the last part where they were doing the speeches with like J.K. Rowling and Emma Watson, and I mean Emma Watson cried quite a bit, and that made me cry. And I mean they were all like very emotional. They looked very emotional. It just looked very special and emotional for all of them, all the cast members, all the crew, the writers, the directors, everyone. And I think yesterday watching the premiere, it actually finally sunk in that this is the very last Harry Potter movie. I think the reason why I was feeling emotional wasn't necessarily just because I was feeling sad. I think it was mainly because I just realised yesterday how big Harry Potter has been in so many people's lives. I mean, it has had an amazing impact on so many like young people like myself. And I think that's a good thing. I really do count myself as a very lucky person to have been able to grow up with Harry Potter, because that is what I did really. I was about maybe 9 or 10 when I read the first book. And so was Harry. Well, he was 11, but you know, we were about the same age, and so I've kind of grown up with him with every book. In a really weird way, I've just felt like Harry Potter and, you know, Hermione and Ron and all of them have been a part of my life. Like, they've been my friends, not necessarily like friends as in like I go and talk to them. I don't have like imaginary friends or anything. I'm not that weird, but like they've just been a big part of my life, if you know what I mean. And so I think that's the most important thing really. Instead of feeling all like depressed about the fact that this is the last movie or whatever, we should feel lucky. We should feel happy that we've had this chance and opportunity to actually, you know, be in a position where we got to experience Harry Potter from the very, very beginning, because that's not going to happen for anyone again. Yes, they might remake all the Harry Potter movies in like 10 years' time, but that's never going to be the same as watching all the Harry Potter movies made for the very first time. And that's why I think our generation is just very lucky. So yeah, that's my opinion on Harry Potter ending or whatever. I'm actually very, very excited to see the actual movie next week. Today's Friday, so I'm actually seeing it in exactly 7 days. Next Friday, I'm dying of excitement. Although, like I said, in a weird way, I'm just like, I don't want it to be over, but I'm also just very excited to see, because everyone who saw it yesterday at the premiere, everyone said that it was amazing, like all the celebrities and stuff. They're very lucky, aren't they? And yeah, anyone who says that Harry Potter is going to be completely over now, I don't agree with that. I mean, yeah, of course, this coming movie is going to be the last one, but we're always going to have the books and the memories, and Harry Potter's always going to live with us. We're always going to remember all the fun memories that we had. We can always go and read back all the books. I mean, that's what I'm actually thinking of doing. Hopefully, as soon as I watch the last movie, I'm going to go back and read them all the books, like one by one, because I haven't done that in quite a while. I did go to Trafalgar Square on Wednesday, and people were already camping there, and it was so busy. And, you know, most people would look at them and say, oh my god, you're so crazy, why are you camping? But I feel so much respect, and, you know, it just makes me happy to see that there are so many dedicated Harry Potter fans out there. Apparently there were some people camping from Monday for a premiere that was on Thursday. Mental! But I find that amazing. Anyway, in other news, I was in Chester last weekend, and that was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to make a video about that next week at some point, because I've got quite a few things I want to share with you about my trip to Chester. Oh yeah, and one last thing, yesterday was the 7th of July 2011, which means that it's been exactly 6 years since the London bombings happened back in the summer of 2005. Every time I think about that, it really does make me sad, because I was actually in London when that happened. I wasn't living in London at the time, but I was on holiday in London, and so I remember how mental and crazy it was, and how everyone was so worried and nervous and scared because of all the London bombings that were happening around London. It was just an awful experience. And I just want to say that my thoughts are with people who did lose their families 6 years ago. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. I will see you probably in a couple of days' time. Bye!